y'all. What's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light only, with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? Hello, my beautiful lovers. Well, I almost forgot I gotta look up these song lyrics, but let me tell you the notes. This is an Archangel Metatron message, okay? Welcome to new subscribers. Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I don't feel like I said that, but maybe I said it twice. Maybe you could be showing double the appreciation, double the gratitude. Maybe you could really be giving it up to the divine right now, baby, okay? You are giving it up to God. You are praying and really staying aligned with yourself, you know. He says in this song, I'm gonna call this shit mind over matter, because if you don't mind it don't matter, or something like that, you know. So I feel like you're not minding the small stuff. You really understanding what really truly matters in your life and staying aligned in the best way, you know. And also, you've been very loyal, okay? Very loyal to the divine. The note is God loves a loyal heart. I seen that on the back of like of a little car, okay? You could drive a little car, you could drive a blue car, okay, but you don't have to. You could drive an electric car is what I heard, okay? I need gas, baby, okay? I like driving fast. I need some gas. But I don't know, maybe they didn't hook them up to where they go faster now, but my cousin's electric Tesla, that should be going slow. So, the definition of a luxurious is extremely comfortable, elegant, and enjoyable, especially in a way that involves great expense, okay? So I feel like you're stepping into a more luxurious energy, okay? Like into a more luxurious time of your life, okay? Like maybe things are about to get, I don't know, real fancy. You know, I heard lucrative. You could be into something that's about to turn into something that's very lucrative for you, okay? You're attracting a lot of money, okay? You're just doing such a great job because you're tapped into this flower of life energy, okay? I feel like you really have this lovely way that you're feeling your way through life, you know. Like you could be someone who's just very easily inspired, you know, and also, you know, you see a lot of things in the world that are very awe-inspiring, you know, and I feel like you have big dreams to be in addition to these awe-inspiring creations and things that people create in the world, and that's just so beautiful, okay? Okay, hold up. I'm looking up, yes, this luxurious Gwen Stefani lyrics, okay? Because I seen God Loves a Loyal Heart, then Luxurious by Gwen Stefani came on the radio, and then I seen a van that said Magic Coat Dog Shampoo, okay? So I feel like because of your loyalty, okay, because of how loyal that heart is, baby, like it's like your loyalty to God alone has cleansed and cleared any and every negative energy that ever even thought about touching you out of your energy, and is like permanently repelled away from you, you know. But I'm supposed to look up these lyrics. It speaks in French at first, okay? So you could speak French, okay? Or you could just like have always wanted to travel to France. That's what I heard. Or you could, I don't know, just like French people. You can know a French person. I don't know. You could be from France, you know. So it says, working so hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. Trying so hard, saving up the paper, now we get to lay back. Working so hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. The payback. The payback. You know, this song also carries like a lover type of energy, you know, because it says this kind of love is getting expensive. We know how to live, baby. We're luxurious like Egyptian cotton, okay? So you are amazing. You are very rare. You have a very expensive type of energy, and I think you just need to keep that shit right there, okay? It's just so sexy. It's so beautiful, but it's just like so bigger than that, you know, like it's so divine. It's so expansive. Oh my gosh. It is a direct reflection of the universe and how multifaceted you are. Your crown chakra could be boosted, like super, super. Look at this. Look at this. You just you pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing, okay? Like your ceiling is missing. You're wide open to this divine energy and all these beautiful things that they pour down into you. You know, look at this with the soul star chakra, which says merging with the divine. You are so merged with the divine. Like you could be someone who works very closely with the violet flame, and you are just exhibiting such loving compassion. Like you are in complete surrender to the divine, and this vulnerability and this higher heart energy that you're operating out of is bringing you everything. Okay, Starseer family, let's go. Okay, you doing that shit. Okay, you doing it right, and you're definitely being rewarded in a major way at this time. And that's why this luxurious energy, right? Because you need a luxurious life to match that beautiful luxurious energy that you carry. Okay, it's 11:55 right now. That could be significant. Okay, but I feel like you followed your intuition into such big changes for yourself, and you're just like effortlessly floating in this cosmic ocean that is life, you know. Like I just love how they're talking to you, you know. But also you could be getting a lot of visions about like your future reality or where you want to go, or all of these new beginnings that the divine is bringing into your life, you know. You might think like you're just imagining or you're just daydreaming, but I feel like spirit's really seriously, truly, actively showing you what they're going to bring into your life. Okay, you're about to be so happy. Oh my gosh, you're about to be ecstatic with the way that your life goes, you know. It says, and you've been working so hard, you know. Let's get into what I already read. You know, you've been working so hard every night and day, and now it's time for you to get that payback. What you thought you was doing all of that for free? What you thought you was doing that for nothing? Heck no. You're finna get blessed in unimaginable ways, okay? It says, in champagne kisses, in champagne kisses, hold me in your lap of luxury. I only want to fly first class desires. You're my limousine. So elegant the way we ride. Our passion, it just multiplies. There's platinum lightning in the sky. Look, I'm living like a queen. Okay, come on. It says this kind of love is getting expensive. We know how to live, baby. We're luxurious like Egyptian cotton. We're so rich in love. We're rolling in cash. Got it in fifth gear, baby. Diamond in the rough is looking so sparkly. Come on, I got the chills, okay? Because beautiful ass lyrics, first of all. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, why I don't have this? You know, I hurried up and added that to the playlist, you know? So, I mean, like, you're so rich in love at this time, okay? Like, this is what I'm saying. You're so rich in love, you rolling in cashmere, okay? Like, you got it in fifth gear. You're making very quick movement forward, and it's very well deserved from all that hard work you put in every night and day. It's the fucking payback, okay? Are you ready? So it says, working so hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. Trying so hard, saving up the paper, now we get to lay back, okay? It says, sugar, honey, sexy baby. When we touch, it turns to gold, okay? So everything you touch turns to gold. And didn't I say you were sexy, okay? You sexy, you sugar, you're pure honey, you're sweetness, you're amazing. You are love incarnate, you know? And you're doing such a great job of being a reflection of God's love. Like, come on, okay? I love how he's talking to you, okay? It says sensitive and delicate, kind of like a tuber rose. You know you are my treasure chest. It's pure perfection when we kiss. And you're my mister, I'm your miss. Gonna be until we're old, okay? So spirit ain't going nowhere, okay? They're gonna be right here by your side, making sure you live this beautiful and luxurious life that you deserve to live, okay? Because you've been working hard. Okay, look, cha-ching, cha-ching. We're loaded and we're not gonna blow it. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We're hooked up with the love because we grow it. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We got hydroponic love and we're smoking. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We burn it, you and I. We are so lit, okay? So it's like, lit, okay? That's what it is, okay? At the light show, okay? Anything can happen at the light show, even though he say night show, okay? It's the light show right here, baby. You showing off, okay? They ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to you and what you're about to achieve in this lifetime, okay? Yeah, look at this. Didn't I say like your visions are so clear at this time and you need to trust them in a major way, okay? It says manifesting and meditation, okay? So you've been meditating, you've been putting in the hard work, you've been doing the shadow work, okay? Like, it's so exciting, okay? I hope that, like, Three of Cups energy, okay? It's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to enjoy all of this Seven of Pentacles you've been putting into shit, right? All of these beautiful investments, all of this time and energy, all of these sacrifices that you've been making, right? Sacrificing all of that shit that no longer served you, but also sacrificing shit that you thought you loved, shit that you thought served you, that you didn't find out until after you did what God said, that it wasn't even really serving you, right? You gave up shit you wanted to give up in order only to find out later that it was shit that you didn't even need, right? But you listened and you've been so loyal and you've been really following your directions and you are being rewarded, okay? I told y'all I love the good news messages, okay? Yeah, we got Syrians, okay? You beautiful ass, artistic, integral, honest, beautiful soul, you, okay? Like, you've been giving it up, okay? You could be a Syrian starseed, okay? You are just extremely artistic. I feel like I heard art pours out of your pores, you know? It just comes right out of you, you know? Like, you have so many different forms of art that you're able to, like, you know, create, okay? Also, when it comes to like mystery and things like that, you're very good at reading between the lines. You have a very strong intuition. You could have had a lot of people trying to stalk you, trying to intimidate you, and trying to cause confrontation in your life, and you chose not to get involved in the pettiness, you know, not to get involved in the controlling drama of it all going on the outside of you. You ain't been fucking with anything that is a conflict of interest to your journey or to your path, you know, and you're also being rewarded for that, you know. Like I said, that loyalty. You've chosen to focus on your responsibilities, to learn from the lessons that God provided for you, to be grateful for that shit, and you grown, baby, okay? You didn't grow up. Come on. You didn't grow up, okay? This divine feminine energy, this fertility that you hold within yourself is so damn powerful. You're manifesting at a powerful rate at this time, okay? Very multidimensional, a beautiful perception on yourself and on life, and you are completely and fully attuned to the angelic realm, okay? And they're about to prove it. Gorgeous. What else, Archangel Metatron? We got birth mysteries, okay? What are you being called to create, okay? So whatever you have been being called to create, whatever you have birthed into this world, however you express your divine energies and, you know, messages to people, you know, to the collective, however you tap into oneness and express that, it's just gorgeous. And it really has been the best thing for you, you know. Whatever you've been called to create, know that it is prosperous, is what I heard, you know that it will flourish, it will grow, it will only get better and better. You will always attract people who are looking for what it is that you offer and that you carry, because it comes straight from the divine through you, baby, okay? We got the healing lagoon, okay? You are like a healing lagoon to other people. Like, when they step into your pool, when they step into your energy, it says time to heal, it's safe to stop, you know. They feel the rejuvenation, they feel the recovery, man, they grow so much just from being around you and being in your energy. And spirit really loves how open you are to different people. I feel like you're not judgmental. You really do your best to be very open-minded with the things that they tell you to do, even when you don't understand. And you've returned to this wholeness, and you've had so many great transformations up until this point. Like, you've done so much healing. And this is what you're being rewarded for, okay? Archangel Metatron been talking a lot. We got let it rain, allow what is, inevitability, and trust, you know. So it's important for you to be very open at this time, okay? Like, I feel like you're in an energy of waiting, because Waiting on the World to Change came on by John Mayer. He says, me and all my friends, we're all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, and there's no way we ever could. It says, now we see everything that's going on no, that's going world with the world and those who lead it. We just feel like we don't have the means to rise above and beat it. So we keep waiting on the world to change. But I feel like you're no longer just waiting on the world to change. You know, you're no longer like relying on the leaders of the world in order to guide you or to, you know, show you what to do or which way to go. You know, you are really just tapped into that divine guidance, and you're following that, and you're using that to motivate you and to be your inspiration to make a mark and be a reason why the world is changing. Okay, and there's no more disruption to any of your fertility or anything that you've been trying to build or anything that you've been trying to make. Now is the time for the fulfillment of your wishes. Okay, so, like I said before, are you ready? Okay, because this shit is about to get real amazing. Okay, we got temptation. I feel like you could be experiencing quite a bit of temptation, or like just a few little minor tests and things like that at this time. Okay, just continue to make the choices and decisions that align with you, continuing to hold this key to everything that you want and everything that you need. You know, before this, I seen a card or something that said family, your family and your children are the most important. You know, we got trapped in fear. I feel like if you do have any fear or any worries about, you know, like your children, like you don't have to worry if you have children, you know, or, you know, the parts of your family that you really truly worry about, and you know, the people you call and check up on and things like that, you know, your people, your soul family, like you don't have to worry about them. You know, they are so protected by your healing energy and the things that you create and the impression that you make on the world. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna fucking cry. It's too beautiful. Okay, you protected everything and everybody that you love, baby. Okay, with all of these beautiful sacrifices, with all of this effort to stay clean, to stay pure, and to stay the best version of yourself. Come on. Yeah, we got disruption and we got rejoice in the celebration. Like maybe you could be worried that like somebody is gonna come in and take it, or maybe like that could be a future energy, right? That could be something that's in there, you know, like where you're going, you know, you have the ability to, you know, run into certain temptations or to get trapped in an energy of fear of losing, or, you know, to you might run into a lot of different things that seem like they have the ability to disrupt what you have built or to disrupt what you have going on. But you need to just know that everything that's coming into you in the very near future is very protected and it is well deserved, and there's not a damn person or anything that can take this or tamper with this in any way. Okay, the song Whoa. Okay, you finna be like whoa. Okay, I'm also hearing like whoa, the song. Okay. But you finna just be like so overwhelmed with all of the things that are coming in, and he's just saying it has the ability to come with this certain fear that could get in the way of your celebratory energies. You know, he's saying release any fears or anything that tells you that you could lose. You know, as long as you don't give in to the temptations and you keep doing what it is that you've been doing up until this point, you'll be just fine. Okay. Yeah, be very confident in the choices and decisions that you have made in the path that you've chosen to walk, because it's perfect for you. What's temptation and trapped in fear? We got hope. Okay, so I think that the energy of hope is very important, you know. Like it's got you this far. I feel like you had a lot of high hopes for yourself along this journey and for what it is that you could attract, or even what it is that you could become, or how much power, you know, you hold within yourself. I feel like, you know, that could have been a fear of yours too before, and that's something that you've overcome, you know, this feeling that like, you know, you could hurt someone with your power. Like I feel like you're just full of hope at this time, and that's kind of where Archangel Metatron wants you to stay, you know, because I feel like this love has already begun to pour all in your life. This love that you carry, kind of like being poured back on top of you or back into your life, you know. Like you're never going to be in that time where you're suffering in silence, or where you're not seeing things clearly, or where you have to emotionally withdraw from the people that you love the most. I feel like you're stepping into some very solid partnerships and alignments, all because of the movement, choices, and decisions that you have made. And this is some very accelerated motion that is going on, So continue to use your throat chakra to communicate with the divine on where it is that you need to go and what it is that you need to do to get closer and closer to this wish fulfillment. And know that when you get this wish fulfillment, that is solid. It's on stable ground. It's on a solid foundation. And this is something I think that you're very, very aware of, but he's just saying, everything that needs to be said, okay? What's sacrifice and disruption? We got choose wisely, okay? So continue to make wise choices, baby, because you're doing such a great job. And I feel like with these two birds, giving me that lover energy, if you do have a lover, I feel like this person matches you very well, because they almost look like the same damn bird, right? It almost looks like this bird in the bird's reflection, right? I feel like whoever it is that you're meant to be with or meant to spend your life with, maybe love has begun pouring into your life in that way. I feel like you've definitely chosen wisely when it comes to that person, and you don't have to worry about them. I feel like they mirror you, the best parts of you, back to you, because that's what you deserve, okay? And they're not going to hurt you or be a reflection of your past. What's disruption or rejoice and celebration? We got truth, okay? As long as you uphold your truth, like everything around you will remain true, I mean, not everything, but that's why you got such amazing discernment and intuition, right? You can see through all of the bullshit. That's not what I'm talking about, I'm talking about, like, don't doubt like the truth of what you deserve or what you're experiencing in your life, okay? Because your passions really truly are ignited for the right things. So just keep that shit going. What's temptation, hope, and trapped in fear? We got Judy Garland with Think Big, okay? So, I mean, you just been following the yellow brick road, really going on this spiritual journey. And I feel like your thoughts or your manifestations or the things that you see yourself accomplishing have just gotten like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So continue to grow those things and know that you can get as big as you want to get. You know what I mean? It might take a little bit more steps, or it might take a little bit more time, but you're totally capable of tracking the biggest shit you could think of, okay? What's trapped in fear, love begins in sacrifice. We got Marilyn Monroe with Know Yourself, okay? I feel like you know yourself very well. You could be very confident, looking very beautiful at this time. And also, you could be in the spotlight in some sort of way, or you could be meant to be in the spotlight. You could be stepping into your stardom, okay? Like, attracting a lot of people, a lot of fans, or, fans are nothing but soul family members, right? That resonate with us and our frequency and our vibe. So, you're attracting a lot of soul family members who are going to, like, I heard livelihood, who are going to be in addition to your livelihood. I heard, like, they gonna pay you, okay? They gonna pay you, baby. What's sacrifice? Choose wisely and disruption. We got David Bowie with Time to Play and Explore, okay? So now is the time for you to have a lot more fun, to play, to explore, to be free, to, like, finally just get to be, like, yourself, like, on 100, Because, like, a lot of our lives, we have to dim ourselves. We have to dim our artistic ways and our quirky, weird ways for other people, just to make people comfortable. But I feel like in this part of your life, it's all about you and letting you letting your truth shine, and you rejoicing and celebrating because you're doing it just the way that you were always meant to do it, and you worked so hard to get to the point where you could. What's disruption, truth, and rejoice in celebration? We got Mae West with this sexy and sassy time, baby, okay? So, like, you luxurious like Egyptian cotton, okay? Working so hard every night and day, and now we get the payback. Yeah, it says Paula Yates with Hope is a Gift, okay? Going right up here with Hope and Love Begins, It's like for you, your hope is a very powerful gift, right? It's like the more hopeful you are about your future and the more clear you can see it, the more likely you are to create that thing. Like I said, it just pours out of you. Like you put off such a powerful frequency of love that the universe can't help but to just respond to you and give you every single little thing that you want. What's Marilyn Monroe and David Bowie? We got Bruce Lee with Stay Focused, So now's the time for you to stay focused. Now's not a time for you to quit. I mean, by all means, take your breaks, because I be taking breaks and I don't be telling nobody shit, okay? But that be my guidance, Spirit really be like, no, just stop recording, You'll be fine. I'd be like, really? Like, what about my subs, I like, they're gonna leave me if I keep just stop talking like this, But then Spirit's like, you always come back better and better, Just take the break like we say, So also there's a thing there, Take the breaks that Spirit wants you to take, but stay focused on what's important, on the goal. Don't lose sight of the future that you envision for yourself, and keep making those steps that you've been making, because it's really beautiful. He says something about having the top back, okay? You can always have wanted like a drop top car, or you could drive a drop top at this time, You could be about to like upgrade your vehicle, okay? About to have a good time. Also, this is about car sex, okay? So back to that divine energy, You could be about to have a lot of car sex with somebody that you are like married to, okay? A lot of like divinely approved car sex, okay? What's Sylvia Brown, okay? It says believe and you will receive, okay? So like I said, continue to believe in these visions that you're getting in your third eye. That's right there in the overall energy, Very, very powerful third eye. Very powerful master manifester, baby. So keep on creating, okay? Yeah, we got Joan Rivers with laughter is the best medicine, And I encourage laughter, okay? Just laugh, okay? Just be silly. Laugh at yourself when you make mistakes or when you have problems, you know what I'm saying? Because it really does make the whole thing a lot lighter, And you really know that you learned from something that you've been through when you can look over it and laugh at the funny parts of it, So just kind of keep that kind of energy about your life and about your journey. Don't take things or take yourself too seriously at this time, and just enjoy this happy time that you worked so hard to get to, Enjoy this luxurious shit you're about to do. I seen somebody like sitting on a yacht, okay? You might have dreams of owning a yacht, okay? I heard I had dreams of fucking an R&B singer, okay? You might be attracting like this R&B singer type of wife if you're masculine, I mean, the possibilities are endless is what I heard, I know you guys all have these very different specific things that you want. No matter how big or small they are, you're gonna get them, okay? Yeah, with the 8 of stars, because you put on all of this work. You've been paying so much attention to detail when it comes to you and the way that you work and the way that you work with others, And that's not something that, a lot of people learn how to do in this lifetime or in lifetimes before, It's like, yeah, you've done this a lot of times and you do have a little bit more experience than some of the other souls, but I feel like your soul has always been very hopeful, Your soul has always radiated love the way that it does, What's hope is a gift. Think big and know yourself. And you have like so much experience under your belt. And look at you. You ain't got no problems taking leaps of faith. It's like you already leaped. You've already, jumped off of this cliff and you're headed towards something beautiful. Okay, we got the King of Stars or the King of Pentacles. I feel like I was saying, okay, you are a master manifester. Okay, that's the perfect card to come out for you, You do not play any games, especially when it comes to your business. I feel like you're very detail oriented and you try to be as authentic as possible, and you try to be very, very honest in business. You are a great businessman or woman, okay? Like, I think people really love to work with you, to work closely with you, to like get inspired by you and see how you express your art. Like, people really do look up to you, and you are very inspirational to other people too, I feel like people are in awe of you. You could be someone who gets a lot done in a little bit of time, and they just be looking at you like, how the fuck do you do all of this? Like, you're just really amazing. Yeah, we got the Ace of Wands, but this is your passionate new beginning. The truth of the matter is, you just do it all because you were built and made to do that shit, okay? You were built and made to do it exactly how you do it, We got the Three of Swords, okay? But why do we have the Three of Swords? We got the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? So, I mean, I feel like you've gained a lot of clarity when it comes to, like, healing your heartbreaks of the past, Like, the way that you love is completely different, The clarity that you have on people and the understanding that you've worked so hard to gain is just It's amazing, okay? We got the Seven of Wands, like, like you're a master of standing your ground, of protecting your heart at this point. So there's no reason for you to worry about heartbreak coming back toward you, okay? Yeah, we got the Two of Stars and the Six of Stars, or the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. You know, there's this great balance coming into your finances, okay? And this is something that's being, like, you know, directly gifted from the divine. You know, it's like, you know, they're just like dropping this beautiful blessing into your life at this time. Yeah. So I mean, you might have been feeling kind of sad, kind of discouraged, maybe feeling like you missed your chance in some sort of way at certain moments along this journey. But I feel like you never lose that hope. You still hope things work out even on your worst days. And that's why Spirit works as a team with you, and they keep you enlightened, and they keep you aware of what's coming in and where it is that you're meant to go next, because they need you to do what you're doing. What you're doing, or however you express yourself, is very important, okay? Whether you feel like it is or not, okay? I'm hearing you're a positive, motivating force within my life. And should you ever feel the need to wonder why, let me know, let me know, okay? Yeah, things will get better, even better than ever, baby, okay? Shit is improving in a major way, okay? Seek higher education, you know, if you feel like maybe you want to take the next step in your career, or, you know, like, learn as much as you can about whatever field you're in, okay? That's really, like, an important thing here. What else? Or just doing as much research as possible. You know, Spirit brings me a lot of things through research. You know, that's why I'm always, like, reading something to you guys, or, like, you know, like, reading in between the lines of certain things that Spirit points me to, you know, because that's how they talk to me a lot, you know, and that's how they've taught me so many things. So, like, don't underestimate, you know, like, the power of books or cards or whatever it is that you use to learn, okay? All of those things were created by a person who channeled the energy of the divine. All creation is of God, okay? So, I mean, most creation is of God. I mean, it's kind of like hard to say that, right? Because there have been many of creations that have turned out to be, like, you know, such a dark thing, you know, but it's not the creation itself most of the time that is bad. It is just, you know, people with entity attachments and lower vibrations who find something negative to do with that thing that has been created, right? So thank you, Spirit, for that explanation, okay? We got travel soon also. You could be traveling soon, okay? It's giving more of an energy of, like, astral travel. Maybe there's, like, a very significant session you need to have with Spirit at this time for them to give you something, for them to give you information, okay? Using the Merkaba, okay? The Merkaba is a travel device in meditation, okay? So you imagine, like, a huge Merkaba, like, being around your body, you know, from the hip down, the bottom triangle, and from, you know, the opposite way, the other one, and it spins and it carries you somewhere. I've actually done this, you know. Spirit has, like, shown me some amazing things in meditation. So make sure that you meditate when you're being called, or when you feel it's necessary, you know, because I be like, I need to meditate. Like, I'll be on it, okay? But I think Spirit be kind of, like, pushing that in me, and I think they do that to you a lot too. So expect a miracle, okay? Because one is on its way, baby. Something big coming, okay? It says you have all the answers within, okay? So like I said before, don't you doubt anything, a damn thing, okay? You've earned all your stripes, okay? Congratulations. Okay? Congratulations. What's the final thought on this? Oh, I want something just like this. Thank you. This is the one, the first one that I showed you. The sound of the universe, okay? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman kicks, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss. Just something I could turn to, somebody I can miss, So it says life-changing experiences, glimpsing the great mystery, significant timing, pivotal moments, the Sri Yantra, the tuning fork or of universal consciousness, music transcending mundane reality. Okay, it says this card signifies those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of greater reality, and influence us so that life will never be the same again. Okay, it says when I started channeling paintings, I explored sacred geometry by including it as a key element in my creations without knowing much about its meaning, and I love this because sacred geometry hit me the same way, right? I started painting, I didn't even know I could paint, and then I became very attracted to sacred geometry symbols, is all Archangel Metatron. Okay, Archangel Metatron is all about the sacred geometry. Okay, and so working with sacred geometry, learning about it and how it aligns with you and how you're made. Okay, that's really highly significant. Okay, and the Merkaba is sacred geometry. Okay, it says when I looked up the wisdom of the Sri Yantra, I was blown away. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. This painting was crucial for me as it was my make or break decider for whether I could fulfill my dream as a painter. It was also significant as I crashed my car trying to steady the paint and momentarily taking my eyes off the road. The events that followed delivered the most spiritual growth I had experienced in this lifetime up until that point. Interestingly, this piece has also vanished. The Sri Yantra is a powerful symbol described as the tuning fork that connects us to universal consciousness. I also listen to tuning forks quite often when I'm in the bathtub. Okay, I'll just turn on a 30-minute tuning fork. I really love the sound of it. Okay, the frequency that tuning forks put off. Okay, it does something for my soul. Okay, and so maybe you should listen to those a little bit more. Okay, it says I lost my spot, of course. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, it says it is present in those aha moments. Okay, the universal consciousness. It says the fragments in time when life as we know it falls away to reveal a place outside mundane. It brings a sense of awe and overwhelms, and yet it feels so real that it jolts us back to our core for deeper remembering. It allows us to fathom our limitlessness. Okay, this card is also about music as a sacred tool. It speaks of the importance of having a soundtrack for our journey, okay, which is what I'm playing because it's my main list. I listen to it all the time. I listen to it all the time, and I'm constantly adding things to it. It's the soundtrack, okay? It's slapping right now, okay? So, don't be afraid to listen to music, to dance, to enjoy your life, okay? And this part of your journey is very exciting for you, so please dance, baby. It says, music was an essential aspect of ceremony in Lemuria as it bridged the gap between matter and non-matter. Even in this dimension, music opens the portals to an array of feelings and atmospheres. Bring more music into your life to expand your experience and shift your sense of ordinary reality. So it says having your world shaken up even a little can invite a deeper glimpse of the greater mystery of your life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane world. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and intuitive creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to naturally imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Wake up to the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multidimensional world, okay? And I feel like this blessing, this amazing happening, this big change that's about to come into your life, It's about to really awaken you even more to this beautiful sound of the universe, and you're about to be a lot more aware of, like, you know, what instrument you're playing in the sound that the universe makes as a whole. Okay, so this feeling of like deeper alignment, you know, big gratitude, and really feeling your purpose, or feeling your place, or feeling like you're right where you need to be, and why did you ever question it for a second, right? So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.